muncher.
She's a muncher. Muncher.
Oh yeah, so you remember you control it.
Oh,
Yeah, boy.
Not my first time, people. Not my first time.
Welcome to the casting couch. No, I'm kidding. Fuck.
Welcome.
As I eat my sticky date pudding, oh my god,
That I prepared earlier.
I'm gonna fucking get fat.
Oh, God. That looks amazing, guys.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
so good. You don't want to know how many cups of brown sugar are in this.
Oh.
Of course, it's brown sugar.
I love how, he sweetens us up first, and then he's going to get into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I know this already.
It's the tactic.
It is.
Well, since you don't have any food, what's been going on? Let's go.
I was like, I'm going to come on today and just observe. I really don't want to be chatty. What's been happening? Wow, where are we? Almost mid-year now. And yeah, 2025 really hasn't been how I envisioned it. But
You've still been doing some travel though,
yeah,
haven't you?
Yes. So funny enough, as much as what I had planned didn't go the way I wanted it to, there was a lot of things that came about, and it was really weird. I haven't done a vision board for this year. I hadn't really organized myself. But one thing that just kept playing in my mind was I kept seeing a plane. I just didn't know how I was going to travel because obviously I have kids, and I was like,
That shouldn't limit you.
no, it shouldn't. But I was like, I don't see me traveling with my children yet because they're still very little and they
Right.
might not remember certain things. But I kept seeing it. I started doing content for a salsa band here in Melbourne. So shout out to Tumbao Social.
That's the band I came and saw.
Yeah, so you came and saw them. And so I shoot content for their gigs, and they ended up getting a gig for an international artist. And yeah, we had to fly from Brizzy and Sydney. So yeah, shout out to musicians in general and what they go through, because man, did I have no idea of what that was going to look like at all.
What do you mean?
And I have better appreciation.
You got to talk into the microphone for
The
us.
mic's there for a reason.
I know, bring it down. Yeah.
We're good. I can hear myself. Yeah.
Oh fuck! This fucking cat.
He's going to eat it.
He's coming after the caramel sauce. Oh no! You put yours there. Don't put it there. Oh, buddy.
Come on, buddy. Yeah, growing up, I was really into MJ and all that. And I'd get a lot of things because I loved MJ so much, because people would be like, oh, he's on drugs, he does this, he does that. But honestly, being on tour with them made me realize you cannot do this without something. In terms of some type of drug or drinking, or because it's so we landed. So we had a Melbourne show. Filiz came with us to that one, but yeah, we had a Melbourne show. The show finishes at 3 a.m. We go home, we nap. We had a flight the following day at 8 a.m. We catch the flight. We get to sound check, it's 10. We land, sound check 10, go check into the hotel, and then we had to go sound check. And then it was where do we fit food in here? Where do we fit, certain things?
On the run.
Yeah.
You got to run and gun.
Literally. And so, but big ups to all the boys, because they're so professional. None of them, they get proper contracts of no drinking, no drugs, no...
No complaining.
Just making sure that we were all
No,
good.
no
but
getting your knickers in a knot.
nothing. And let me tell you, I did feel like Snow White with her men because I was looking after them. I made sure their shirts were good. I think like for them, it's nice to have a female around too. Like I'm more caring in that sense. Like, are you guys okay? Do you need anything? Blah blah. Some of them ran with like having headaches and stuff like that, and so. But the gigs turned out great.
When the show's on, the show's on.
Yeah, literally.
And like I did 3 years of touring when I was doing photography.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
Like my last tour was 2 years ago, and it's this thing around. You have this idea of, it's so great to like do travel, da da da.
Yeah.
Mate, it's fucking hard work. It is such hard work.
Yeah.
And like, I'm the type of person who I'll just bring everything.
Yeah.
So it's me and 6 bags.
Oh, damn. Yeah. I think it's a massive achievement for you though, like, and anybody involved in that makes it look easy because it's not.
Yeah.
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 And that's why it's so important to love what you do because nothing is freaking worth it. Like if you don't love what you do, it feels heavy. It feels like too much.
Yeah.
But the boys were just like, I'm tired. I haven't eaten. I haven't slept, blah, blah, blah. But the minute it was showtime, they just did so amazing. And we got really good things from it. And but definitely came back with a really, really big appreciation for just that art, but creatives in general. I think like we're still very much creatives that get underpaid. I think because people see us do things and they're like, it's just so easy for them. Like, it's just easy for you to take photos and, you're just clicking away and stuff. So you don't have to get paid what you should be getting paid. You know what I mean? A lot of the guys that do gigs also do solo gigs. So they're not getting paid this great amount of money, but you see them at shows, they get there at 7, they come they perform at 9, 10 at night. They're there for an hour singing. And it's all the background stuff. They got to be good at their, instruments. One of my closest friends, he's the singer of 2 of the bands.
Yeah.
And it's every day,
Are you finished with that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll just go put it in the kitchen. No,
Yeah.
Okay, give me a sec.
Hey, buddy. Come here.
he wants to be on the podcast too, man.
No, he's so cute. He's very young, I can tell.
Yeah. He was a kitten when I came last time.
What's up, pups? Oh, wow. Okay. Is this mic?
Yeah, that's your
Miking?
mic.
Does it? Okay, we're good.
Yeah, and then bring it here.
Oh, wow.
We need to hear you, man.
Up close and personal.
Yeah. I had no idea you toured as well.
What do you mean?
Like you said you were touring as well. Like
Oh, yeah.
That was in Sydney.
Yeah. So I did Sydney, Brisbane, Gold Coast, Adelaide, Perth.
Wow.
And in 1 year I would do that 3 or 4 times.
yeah.
And then I did it 3 years in a row. So
Good on you, though.
Yeah.
it's the first year was pretty hard because I think it was just a case of hang on, I'll just do this thing, get rid of him. It was a case of just letting people know. That's the automatic cat feeder.
That's so good.
Letting people know that I was coming, and then once they worked out that they missed an opportunity, then they'd sign up for the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us where you've been, man. We haven't seen you. We haven't caught
Yeah,
up
I
in
know.
so long.
Where have I been?
Yeah. What's
What
been
have you
happening?
up to?
Look, I've been doing photography work here and there, and just trying to like keep my head above water and like fighting the fucking stupid urge to go back and get a corporate job.
It's so hard, man. That is the battle that we all go through, right?
The corporate monster. But it's. I think the reality is that you're always going to have like a dual life, and you just have to do what you have to do to kind of get by and like survive and like fuel that creative side of yourself whilst also maintaining some level of income coming in. I was, I had these grand ideas for like moving and like all this type of stuff. And I was like shackled. Well, I felt like I was shackled because I couldn't do anything. And, so.
What made you feel like that? If it's okay to ask.
Look, a number of things, like personally, there was just a lot of stuff going on and then like stuff in my head. And then more recently, my mate's 3rd anniversary of his, passing and like.
It's a lot.
He's fucking still here. And it's like, what are you telling me?
Yeah.
Like, when is this thing going to happen? Like, you keep saying that this thing's going to happen. Like, when's it happening, And like all of this. And I'm like, fuck. And then I fucking applied for a job in Bangkok.
Shut up.
Yeah, boy.
That's cool.
I haven't heard back yet, but I heard back from the first one. They said I was overqualified.
Oh, of course you were.
And that I needed to apply for a more senior role. So I jumped back on and I applied for a more senior role and I haven't heard anything yet.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
But like, if that comes through, I'm out of here. I'm gone. Bangkok, here we come.
Yeah.
But
But you love that life too. Like that's how you grew up, Like you grew up moving and da-da-da. So maybe it does feel like a little bit stagnant for you at the moment.
Yeah, but I also think like with the whole election that happened recently, like it just, like people stopped. And, now we've gotten the result that's happened. It's kind of like, all right, can we like get back into 2nd and 3rd gear now, Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot of like uncertainty. I feel like this year started off very much. I keep looking at you because I know you know everything about me. So yeah. For those that don't know, Filiz and I are like besties.
Yeah.
We talk every day.
Filiz, we're gonna bring it down to here. And like closer to your mouth. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, we
Don't deep throat it.
I might go too hard. We're good, guys.
What? The fucking buttons.
Can you know your buttons already, man?
Nah,
Like,
I definitely don't know my
he
buttons.
does it on purpose.
Yeah, just to pee you off.
Yeah.
It works, guys.
I know.
It works.
But yeah, so Filiz and I met almost a year back, and we
Forgot
did.
about that, yeah.
Yeah, first time I met her was on a job. I was doing her makeup, and for some reason, like we stayed in contact, but we weren't that close. And I think timing is good.
Yeah, that's fine.
And we reconnected, and like now we
She can't get rid of me.
Unfortunately, we're just
You're like a bad smell. Or a good
I'm
smell.
a good
Hey, man.
smell.
hey.
Hey. And what about you, Filiz?
What about me, Andrew?
What's been going on?
Wow. Okay.
Now you went to Byron for a little bit.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Byron for a little bit. Byron's my great escape. I've had my great experiences there, and I love the beach. So that was an amazing time just for a little bit. But I had some unfinished business here to do in Melbourne.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to get that all done and dusted.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've just been on the corporate wagon, I guess, just trying to work and sustain like a stable income, as well as trying to get projects up to date. And I've only got 2 hands, 2 legs, 1 brain, and trying to pour like water into so many different cups, whether it's family, love, this, that, projects. It's just
Hang on a minute.
shit.
Did you just say love?
Yay.
Yeah, the self-love.
I love how he gets excited. He's like, what?
Just thinking,
No.
hot diggity dog.
No, we good. Yeah.
No?
Yeah. No,
Oh, it's
I'm
just self-love?
Self-love. And my love is everywhere for me. I love love.
Andrew, have you tried to date in this generation?
Can we
Before you
even?
give us the eye roll.
Shit, we're gonna go.
Before
We're
you
going
give
right
us the
into
Let's
eye
do it.
roll, mate.
fucking dating in this situation.
Dating in this time frame.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, I've tried,
Yeah.
but like that's just not happening, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I saw that
Crickets.
fucking TikTok video between you two. Actually, that was fucking. I had a good laugh about that.
Yeah.
I was like, "What's going on there?"
I know. There's too much self-love happening between there.
What? No,
us.
but so tell me about the whole dating situation. What is it from your point of view? Because I certainly have a point of view.
Yeah, look.
Fuck, this shit's gonna get me cancelled.
I know. I think it's good. Like, I think it's good to have female and male in this conversation because I see way too much about like the female perspective, and it's not like that. You know, female are just as bad as men, and men can be just as bad as females as well. But
Yeah.
when I think about love and I think about the way that I love like an old R&B song, man. Like I grew up in that
Boys to Men.
time. I grew up with like, I want you outside my window. I want you to sing to me. I want you to tell me that you love me. Write me letters. Give me those. And I am also a person that loves the little things. You don't have to buy me things, you know. I'm not. But I think that this day and age is just so much available. You know, like I see these TikToks and these reels of people and they're like, I'm busy. And then I see
Hang on, that just turned off for some reason. Fuck.
What turned off?
oh. It just doesn't want to film us.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I see these reels where it's like, you know, your man's too busy, but then like there's men that used to go to war and send letters and da-da-da.
Where are the men?
Yeah, amen. Where are the men?
Where are they?
I think it was it Eddie Murphy? I think it was Eddie Murphy that said, "What have you done for me lately?"
Yeah. Janet Jackson, babe. What have you done for me lately? Ba-ba-da-da-da. Do you know
Oh.
that song?
It could have been.
No, I think it was on one of his.
Yeah, it could be both.
It
though.
is Janet Jackson.
What have
I
you
will
done
send it to you.
What have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
No, it was on one.
It
of,
was on his comedy special.
yeah, Delirious.
Yeah.
Or was it Raw?
I have no
I
idea.
feel like it was Delirious, but
It's a different
yeah.
generation.
Sorry,
you.
babe. I'll show it to you, okay?
Wow.
Yeah, but I definitely feel it's too much head fuckery going on.
That was a big sigh.
Yeah, too much. It's like just everything feels like effort. Everything feels really hard to even go on a date. You know, there's ghosting. There's I just started thinking about like my moments with the dating apps. When I became single for the very first time, that's me of not dating for 8 years, you know, and all of a sudden I'm single and I'm trying to figure out, okay, like I don't do one night stands. I'm not that person. I meet people to date them, you know. That was my time. That's how I grew up. But meeting people was like, and I was very naive on those dating apps. I was like, if the person said, I'm coming to get you, I thought, cool, this person really likes me. We like each other, you know. It's been 2 weeks of us chatting and da-da-da-da. And then we meet and then it's like you get ghosted.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, my first
experience.
date after 8 years of not dating, I go to a bar. Actually, not even a bar. It was like a cafe. And he's like, I'm running late. I'm like, okay, cool. I'll wait for you. I've got like half an hour. And he comes, literally sits in front of me. I didn't know who it was. The dude totally catfished me.
Oh.
So he sent me photos of him. I don't know if it was him when he was like in freaking high school or how many years back, but and I'm just sitting there like, who is this person? You know? And then right there you just feel so lied to. You feel just so confused, you know? And that was the first date I went on, like from not being with anybody but my ex. And so it was a massive.
That's a horrible first date.
Yeah, there's so many horror stories.
Horror stories.
Legit. Like second date. Second day I go on. The dude's like, I don't have much time. And I was like, it's cool.
First date.
Yeah, like.
Okay.
No. Another person.
Oh, another person.
I went on another
you
date.
went on
with
another
a different
date,
person.
and then it's the second one with him.
It's like
with
a
them.
second date, not with the same catfisher. This is a totally different person.
New person.
Already
Already went on a first one.
No.
This is
This is our first meeting.
Oh, so just the second date in total.
Yeah, my
Okay.
second date on dating apps.
Yeah.
And he was like, let's just get some food and we'll go to a park and we can just chill. Again, I am a person of, I like little things. But anyway, he's like, let's just get KFC and we'll sit down and have something to eat. It's a nice day. I'm like, all right, cool.
What was your KFC order?
I can't remember. I think I might have just had like the original fillet burger. Yeah.
What's yours, Filiz?
Oh, okay. I like a good chicken zinger.
Yeah.
Is it a
Spicy.
zinger?
We'll get the
Do they call it a
spicy.
zinger?
Yeah.
Yeah, those nice
What
wraps.
do you mean? Do you call it a zinger?
I don't know. I haven't had KFC in so long. Now, whenever I get
Of course,
KFC,
it's a fucking zinger.
I love that potato and gravy. I just
Oh, no, I can't do that.
dip it
Yeah,
in
I can't do
chips.
that.
I just
I got something with gravy. I just can't.
Mine's
No,
a
I
zinger.
know,
It's a
but-
zinger wrap. It's a zinger wrap with 3 hot and crispy boneless.
Do you get extra salt on your chips?
No.
no.
What is that?
Ooh.
That extra salt shit.
Yeah, they hate me when
No.
I pull up.
Really?
But anyway, I go on
Sorry.
this date.
Okay. Yeah. Go on the date to
and
the park.
the guy orders like the 6-piece chicken.
Right.
And so like he sits in front of me and
This already sounds bad.
he's like, oh, I'm gonna yeah. So I start just, kind of nibbling on my stuff. And then he's like,
Wow. What?
and then, right? And then he's talking to me.
He's talking to you while he's doing.
Yeah, he's fucking dying. But he's like, he starts talking to me and he's like,
Sucking out the rest of the.
and then I'm
Oh,
like,
it's 'cause he's got
and then
fucking
I go to him, are
chicken
you
in his-
okay?
in
And
his
he's like,
teeth.
yeah. And then I see him like biting his nail.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, okay. He bites his nail off to be able to get into his tooth. So he uses his nail to like get in there and take out the chicken.
Bro.
And then I was just like, what am I doing here? Like my whole life flashed before me and I was like, I need to get a pet. I need to get a job. I need to do something with my life because this isn't it. This is not it.
Did you respectfully tell him and just?
No, I just in that moment zoned out and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing here. I need to go home. So after you do so many of those type of things, it gets to the point where you start thinking it's a you problem. You also start thinking like you haven't healed enough to start picking the right people for you.
Yeah.
And for me it was that, it was a good year of like trying to figure out my purpose, healing. And now I'm very much in a place where I realize that those dating apps, everybody's broken on those things. Everybody, like, that's what's left. That's, people haven't done the work.
I feel like it's too easy. I just feel like it just makes everything too easy.
Yeah.
Too accessible.
Yeah.
It's a distraction thing. It's just a distraction.
But we funny enough went out on the weekend.
That's right.
And the interactions you get in person are so much better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're so much better. Just it's really nice to see men with game. You know, like how they pursue you.
What
things
was the
like,
best pickup line? This podcast has turned into a dating show.
It has. It has. Go
So
on,
I wear
Paula.
this ring here, and I don't know why. It just fits better there, sits better there. But I was talking with Filiz, and we're kind of looking at each other, and I just feel somebody pulling at my finger, and I just look, and the dude looks at me and goes, he's like, "Are you taken?" And I go to him,
Wow.
"Oh, no. I go, "I'm not
Ballsy.
taken." Yeah. "Are you taken?" He's like, "Take that off. Take it off. You got to move it." And then he just walked off. But then after I was like, where did he go? Like, you get intrigued because it's not the usual, let me just dance behind you and let me
Mystery.
grind on you and shit. And then you turn around and be like, okay, I'll dance with you now. It's not that anymore, you know? It's not about that now.
Okay, I'll dance with you.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, please don't do that to Paula
And it's, look.
or anybody.
Yeah, I think when you've lived, I'm very much at a stage now. Like, I got kids, I've been through so much. I need easy in my life. You know, I can't have the inconsistency. I don't play games. I know what I want. You know, and I don't know if men feel threatened by that, but like, you know, even yesterday, there was a reel and it was like how men text women, you know, and it was like, what are you doing? And I just thought, like, why is it so hard for men to just be like, hey, I was thinking of you. What are you up to? You
Not
know,
all
it's
men.
just like
Yeah.
a little bit nicer. It's a little bit like, yeah.
Look, I'm not defending anyone. I'm not saying
Go on.
I'm
say
not
it, say
I'm
it.
not
Look,
like
I'm not going to say all men are like that. I have amazing male friends
Yeah,
that get it. And let me tell you, when a man knows how to treat somebody, man, it is like black and white. You see that thing from a mile away. Like when a man really understands a woman, things of like they order for you, they
effort.
open
There's
the
effort
door
'cause
for
they
you.
want to.
Yeah, they want to. They
Yeah.
Yeah.
consideration is a massive one now that you don't see as much, you know.
But before I go into my dialogue, what about you, Filiz?
Oh my gosh.
Filiz had some people come up to her too, let me just say.
Yeah, but like, let's just leave that story to the side because that does no justice to the conversation.
What's the best pickup line on the weekend?
Some guy came up to me and said, "Do you remember me?" And I don't know him from a bar of soap. I think I've seen him once before, possibly.
So that was a no.
It was
At that moment, it was
cool no. So I turned to him and I go, "I'm not sure if I know you." I go, "Do a 360. Well, let me see if there's anything that I recognize."
Was he grinding you from behind?
He legit does a 360 though, because I looked over and I was like,
So he does a good spin and
Yeah.
no, sorry. And then he comes up, he goes, "I'm the guy that ran after you." Because some guy ran after me when I was on my way home. I had my earphones on and he just said respectfully after running after me for like a good 5 minutes.
yeah, don't run after us, man. That's just not, like, we want you to chase us, but don't run
Yeah.
after us. Like,
Isn't that the same thing?
Well,
Running
it's-
after you and chasing you?
she was literally like coming off the tram, going home, and this
Oh.
person bolts after her. Like,
It's like stalking.
that's what I mean.
Oh,
Yeah.
no stalking.
No
Don't
stalking.
stalk.
Don't stalk.
I mean, I'm not sure. His intentions were
Yeah.
probably really good and really sweet, but yeah.
Was he wearing a balaclava when he was chasing you?
He was wearing half a suit.
Half a suit.
Yeah.
How do you wear half a suit?
Well, people got their own style these days.
You're like
you
a
know?
fucking Joker
like a
character.
T-shirt underneath a blazer.
Yeah.
Just a pair of regular pants with.
He was like full suit in the front, fucking G-string.
Look at me
in-
get all
G-string
visual
in the
straight
back.
away. I was
Alright,
like, is that like a
guys.
T-shirt
Take
with a
it down a notch.
blazer?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Whenever it comes to dating with me, I just feel like a lot of people tell me that I'm too intimidating. I don't know what that means. I feel like, I'm not going to turn myself down for anyone else, but I'm a confident person who's confident with themselves, and everyone has their days that are on and off. But a first date to tell someone that I'm intimidating, like, what is it? Am I more masculine than you? Like, I don't know. It gets you thinking. But when it comes to the
It's
dating
interesting how
game,
you went masculine.
well, I've been doing this on my own for so long.
No, as in that comment that you made just then. If someone feels intimidated by you, it's because you're too masculine.
It could be. I don't know. I feel like it can be that way sometimes because, for so long I've been doing my masculine and female duties of life, protecting myself as well as going out and, indulging with mystery, and I'm not sure of the right word for it. But I don't know. I just get a lot of people can be quite intimidated. So I don't know what that's all about.
Damn.
But what do you reckon? What tell us, like, on
Yeah.
the female side, like, okay, let's just hear it from you. What do dudes want?
What do dudes want?
Yeah, what do
That's-
men want when it comes to dating?
Look, I think we're just as confused as you guys
I can understand that.
because of everything that's taking place. I think there are guys out there that are confused because of the level of man hating that's prevalent.
Okay.
For the right reason, because there are guys out there that do the wrong things. So, and then they just get like scared,
That makes no sense. So they get scared, so they act wrong, or they act a bad way,
They
or
probably
they
don't know how to act, to be quite honest
They get
with you.
scared, so they defend themselves. It's a defense mechanism.
Okay, so they don't show as
Right.
much.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. But, in terms of like dating apps and stuff like that, yeah, like when I was single, I mean, I'm single now, but like I was on them, years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's a distraction.
Yeah.
I don't.
Like it's
Yeah.
not, what is the statistic? The statistic is something like 80% of the women get 20% of the men.
Yeah, actually,
Right.
that's true, because I remember a mate of mine, he was on Tinder the same time I was on there. Poor dude only got like, I think 400 people likes,
Yeah.
and the number I had was a lot more. So,
yeah. And so the with anything online there comes a level of curation that occurs, from an individual versus the actual platform that you're on. And I think it's great that you guys just like went out and like
oh, we needed it.
yeah.
Yeah, we definitely needed
Because you
it.
definitely need it, right? And like when I go out with my mates, it's like, you know what? Like if we meet new people, then we meet new people. And
Yeah.
like I'm always talking to new people.
Yeah.
Like all of the time, to the point where my mates,
Shut
gave
up,
me
man.
no, they gave me the greatest idea, so I turned it into
No
a t-shirt brand, which was no
Yeah.
touching.
Oh, that's right.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, so, yeah, getting back to the real way of meeting people is just, I think, a maturity thing.
Amen. Yeah. I really do think it's like a connection thing. I think it's about allowing time for things to turn into something if there is something there.
Yeah. I also do think that there's a requirement to go back to the old way of doing things purely from the point of view of the divine masculinity and the divine femininity.
In
Right.
what sense?
Well, in the sense that for a couple of years now, there's been a lot of, media and stuff online about toxic masculinity, right? But you can have toxic femininity as well.
Of course you can.
100%.
Of
And
course
in
you
actual fact, it's just called toxicity,
can.
right?
So there's no narcissistic. Would you say females? Okay. I know that there's females that can be narcissistic, but
Yeah.
we don't get called. Females don't get
humans,
called that
right?
as much as what men do.
Yeah, like you, and in actual fact, so, and I can't remember who the researcher was, but toxic masculinity was a term that was used when they ran a experiment in a male jail,
What?
right?
Wow.
And they uncovered that there was toxic masculinity in this jail, in this prison system, right? And for some reason, that term came out into the public, and then next thing you know, men are being called toxic,
Toxic,
and it's
yeah.
toxic masculinity, right? Now, the reason I say divine masculinity and divine femininity is because there are two polar opposites of the exact same thing. You cannot have two masculine individuals in a relationship,
Yeah.
right? Because something's going to break, and you can't have two feminine
In a
individuals in a
relationship.
relationship
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
something's going to break.
Yeah.
Like they're not getting what they need,
Mm.
right? And so, as a photographer, I come across a lot of women who explain to me their dating situation, and they ask me, why are these men so feminine? They're so feminine, these men. And I start to think about divine masculinity, divine femininity. It's because right now the roles have kind of switched.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're going to embody masculinity, you're going to attract femininity.
Mm.
That's how it works.
Yeah, definitely.
I get that.
Yeah, that's a really good way of looking at it.
Yeah.
I think it also comes down to owning your things, like
Yeah.
owning that, like, the relationships we have, you can bring really bad behaviors from those relationships into new
100%.
ones,
Yeah.
And so I think it's just about owning and being okay to say, look, I have a really bad thing with ghosting, and I'll own it. But it's just a mechanism that I am working on. But I have that where, like, when I feel undervalued or I don't feel respected or something, I just switch off, and I don't have to talk to you. I don't have to have these conversations with you. I don't, because from that moment on, you don't deserve my energy. But as time has gone on, I've learned from specific people that that's not okay, because you have to still be able to own it and be like, and talk about it, And if the person's worth you having those conversations with, they will change or you will fix the issue. But I definitely, I get that a lot as well, just being Latina, being Spanish, people are like, oh, they're toxic.
Are you Latina?
Yeah.
She's the Tina.
I'm Latina. So I do.
I'm going to start calling you
There's so many,
Tina.
like, I can feel how men would feel seeing specific reels, because that's how some reels are directed at us, like we fight a lot. We are more masculine. And I think when you look at how things are now, women work now. Women own businesses now. Women have their own car, their own places. They pay their own bills. I am one of those people.
I think that's totally fine, though.
It is totally fine, but I think that's why the roles have changed a little bit, you know,
Yeah.
because it's not like how it used to be where the man would come home, the woman was at home and she had dinner ready, she had the kids good. Now the woman does everything.
So, controversial topic
Yeah.
or question, actually.
Yeah.
Because you just mentioned then, well, you're that.
Yeah.
You're the independent woman who's also looking after the kids and all of this.
Yeah.
So how come you didn't buy the KFC that day?
I was on a date. So I will let you be the man at our date.
Damn,
Yeah.
Tina strikes back.
I definitely will let you. Like, I know my moments, and I think when I think about it, would I like to be a masculine feminine? No, I wouldn't. The way I have always envisioned my life is having, my man, being married, having kids. Unfortunately, that's not how it's been, and I've had to step up to the plate of
Yeah.
now being the dad to my kids as well,
Yeah.
because I spend a lot more time with them.
Yeah.
At
Shout out to your kids.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
um,
They're gonna see that on YouTube. and be, oh, he said hello.
I love you guys, Erica and Laura.
That was for your mum, not for you. This one's for you.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I didn't have a choice. I had to step into that role. And when I look at work, even like we were talking about this the other day too, like when I'm at work, I'm surrounded by men. You know, a lot of my jobs are just men. I'm the only female at those places. So I do have to hold my own, and I have to feel okay speaking my mind in those spaces, you know? So yeah.
I think you, that's not a female thing though. Like you need to, like anybody needs to be able to speak their mind.
Yeah, but
and be
I
listened
also
to.
feel
Yeah.
like sometimes men, like you were saying, can kind of feel threatened sometimes, can kind of feel like,
I don't know. I think there's just so much to it. Like,
Yeah.
it's such a, as you said, controversial topic because
yeah.
being human, being brought up in different circumstances.
I'm not a human.
Sure.
No, we know. He jumps from galaxy to galaxy.
No, but seriously, like what we're brought up with, our
Yeah.
family relations,
Yeah.
our past experiences. There's so much to it that I don't see it as, you know, female, male. I just fucking be a good. Sorry, can I swear on
Yeah,
here?
we
Fucking oath.
This guy. seriously.
Fucking caca mouth. You taking the mantle now.
Yeah, but it's
Bitch.
true. Whoa. It's really true. Like I really don't see it like that.
I actually
just
have a
want-
theory about you, but anyway.
Bring it on.
Bring it on.
Go.
We're that close
Come
now.
on.
You can say
Come
whatever
on.
you need to
Let's
say.
go.
So for you, I think
Mhm.
there's just, I can understand how some men or some people would be intimidated by you.
Oh, please tell me.
Yeah, it's because you have this like dark feminine energy. And I don't
Don't even know
know.
what that means.
Hey?
The dark feminine
Tell me more.
energy. Like
Yeah,
you're
the-
mystical, man.
Yeah.
You got
fe-
this mystical
well,
vibe.
divine femininity is actually dark.
Okay.
And it's this nurturer behind the scenes, you know, like you're not the light.
Okay.
The man is the light.
Mm-hmm.
The woman is the darkness.
I'm the cable for that light.
And so for you, because that is just how you roll, people don't understand that. People don't see that.
Okay. Well, look, I can understand that, but it's not my job to try and make people understand either.
No, that's exactly
because
right.
I don't understand other people either.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So, you know, take me as I am, as a whole,
Yeah.
or just don't take me at all, and
Yeah.
I'm okay with either or.
I think
Yeah.
it's really funny because some people
it.
try Filiz. Like they really do.
Oh, don't try me.
They really do.
I'm the wrong person to
And,
try.
Try and buy.
Try Filiz. Number one away.
Is that a how long are the subscription periods?
No,
1
but
month
it's-
or 1 week?
Like I get to know those stories because she'll
Trial
be like,
period.
I did this. And
Oh,
I
you
went
get to
here.
hear those stories.
I am
Oh
the
shit!
bestie.
Why don't we let her tell that story?
Well, I'm
What
just
story?
saying, like, I love how people try her because after she's like, he'll say, you know, I was too much for him, or I da 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 da, and I'm
I
like,
couldn't handle my katana.
yeah,
He
like
couldn't.
imagine she brought those out. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, and that's
You know,
another
and like,
thing.
yeah,
A lot of people like see the weapons and they're like, oh my god, and it's like,
Oh my
I dance
god!
with them.
She plays video games.
I
Yeah.
know, oh my god.
She's sick. She's not beating me at a video game. It's an ego thing.
yeah.
I don't know.
Oof, yeah, ego's a massive one too.
It is what it is. The
Yeah.
girl's
Yeah.
still single, and
But whatever.
yeah,
It's because our man is in a different country, babe.
I don't know.
Yeah. He's
My
on a
human
different
is-
He's
timeline.
in Rome on a
Let him
yacht.
do
or
him.
something.
How just do your thing. I'm good.
Look, that's my MO. Like, you just live your life and then fucking.
If you come, you come. If you don't, you're
If something happens, something happens. If it done,
That's
it's like you got
right.
nothing. If you don't expect anything, like,
You have
Yeah.
exactly.
if you don't expect anything, you won't get disappointed.
Exactly.
But also, if you don't expect anything, it's kind of like, well, I'm just still doing my thing.
I gotta say,
Exactly.
like, I think for me, my past relationship was really tough in the sense of like I wasn't able to be a creative person. And I think like spending a lot more time by myself now and being able to do creative projects that I want, that is like one of my biggest things that I get scared about. Like this person coming in and not understanding my life because it's not even my life. When I think about being a creative person now, which has taken me a little bit to understand, it is my air. If I can't do those things, then I'm not functioning well. Like something's not right.
It's a part of who you are.
It is a part of who you are. So I can't say that I haven't met the right men. Like some men have come and they've tried, but I realized at that moment, like
Sorry, KFC.
that I wasn't ready. It was fun. If a chick did that in front of you, as if you'd be like, oh, that's wifey material right there. Like you would not.
Nah.
Yeah. So I think for me, like I will own it and say like I've met proper people, but I feel like for me that timing wasn't right. And I still feel like I'm in a position where I kind of say like I still need some work.
And
You
we all
know?
do. Yeah.
And yeah, like being a creative person I'm not in a position to not date somebody who doesn't understand that. You're more than welcome to come to shoots with me, to like I literally said to my mate the other day, as if somebody would be all right with me flying to different, interstates, just being surrounded by men, it would be a little bit tough.
Huh?
I think.
Yeah.
What are
as
what are you
well, yeah.
saying?
Hey?
Like I get what you're saying. I
Yeah.
understand where you come from, but I think that's just something that you want in your life or something that you would want your partner to be doing. Whereas in my case, I would be okay with that to a certain degree. Like I would want and hope for that trust between me and my partner, like for them to be surrounded by people. I don't ever want to have to, have that worry in the back of my mind. I feel like I'm stepping on eggshells.
Let me pose this scenario to you. If you were getting paid $1 million a year doing what you do, would there be a problem then?
Amen. Nah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So why is there a problem?
Yeah.
Because I'm not earning $1 million. Yes, you know what I mean?
I mean,
If you don't...
yeah, it's going to be hard. Like, think about the photography you do, right? And you date somebody that's like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Look,
Yeah.
I was on a dating app once.
Once. Yeah.
And sorry, I would put on a dating app that I was a photographer, and then people would ask me what type of photography.
Yeah.
At first, I was like boudoir, and then I slowly realized that people didn't like me saying that, so I was like portraits, and then I changed it because I felt like I wasn't really being truthful, and I was like women empowerment, right? And then I had this person say to me, tell me about your women empowerment photography. And I'm like, well, I take photos of women and, boudoir and
Help them
show
feel
them-
good about themselves.
help them feel good about themselves and show them a different side,
them.
different perspective,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of pressure on them. Her comment to me was, why does a woman need to come to a man to feel good about themselves?
Good night, everybody.
My response to her was, you should go talk to that woman, not
That's
me.
right. Yeah.
Do your little
I
pelito.
reckon.
Do
Do. I'll just thank you.
Fuck. So like, I'm like, bro, like you just go fucking talk to your own people,
Yeah.
mate.
I
Like,
think that's the other thing. There are so many comments that leave me like with
Everyone's
my
just
jaw
so
down. I'm just like,
opinionated.
how are you okay saying things like that? Like,
but I get it, right? I'm like, you know what? that's okay. That's your viewpoint.
That's right.
It's just like feedback. You can either take it on or just move on.
That's
Yeah.
Right? And it's
Yeah.
like, I just move on.
Where are you at now? Do you kind of, when people ask what photography you still say,
Do I still say what?
What do you say when
Who's-
someone?
what do you,
I'm like, first I'll look them up and down. I'm like, it's complicated.
Feliz only had amazing things to say about your shoot, by
Oh,
the way. Like, it was
absolutely.
stunning.
Yeah.
Stunning. I loved.
Thank
I
you.
loved. And the slow-mos, good night. See you later. Yeah, loved.
Oh, I thought good night was a bad thing.
Nah,
no,
good
this-
night.
it
can
works
be
either way. It's like
anything.
shut down.
Yeah.
Shut
Oh.
it off. Yeah.
Yeah, but I tell people, and some of the responses like, yeah, it's like, oh, I got an inquiry 2 days ago. Hey, Andrew. And I was like, hey. And then they're like, oh, sorry, we're looking for a wedding photographer, not porn.
Shut up.
Wow. So, I get it.
First of all, wouldn't you look at what you've got posted first and
Yeah.
then make the
That's logic.
inquiry?
Not everyone has logic, babe.
Right.
Let's start there.
I mean, not everyone. Common sense ain't common.
Yeah, I know. That's your
Right.
pet peeve, I remember.
Yeah, and
I
it's
remember
like,
yours.
and it's like, like I get that people don't understand, which is why I always, and I can consistently saying we live on a fucking island of convicts, and we're less than 200 years old, right? You go to Europe, they've been fucking painting naked French girls for like centuries.
Yeah, look, it's just
Which is why
So normal.
the nudity genre is so much more accepted over there. Like you can go to any beach in Europe and go topless. I mean, I'm a guy, I'll go topless, but like a woman can go topless. Like it's nothing. Whereas here, you get like frowned upon. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
I got fined.
What?
What?
Yeah, I got fined a couple years ago
For what?
for public nudity.
That was a strange pickup line.
No, it's a
That just
police
flew in
officer.
there like so good.
Yeah.
No, it just it came.
I got
Public
fined.
nudity.
And we all just went,
Yeah.
what?
But I went to the beach and I had a couple officers come up and I was just like, it's not a problem for me to have my top off. And apparently it was public nudity. So
What?
Where did you do that, babe?
that would have been in New South Wales.
Oh.
Was it a nude beach?
No, it was just a beach.
Okay.
I don't know what beach it was, but
Yeah.
That's so weird.
yeah,
I mean,
How much was the fine?
like $70.
her
Revenue raising.
bikini freaking cost more than that?
Yeah. No, she didn't have the bikini.
Oh, yeah. The bottom half
there
would have
was
cost that.
$35.
But anyways,
Wow.
Did you pay it?
no, I'm not sure what I did. I'm not. I
You're not
don't
from
think
there
I
no
did
more.
anything.
You
No,
just came
I
back
left that
over here.
joint.
Can't remember. You skipped the state.
Well, I wasn't. I was a bit more of like,
Please don't hunt her down, New South
Hippie.
Wales Police.
we'll be fine.
That's where that girl is.
Might have to edit that section out.
We definitely
Fuck, the
should.
first editing I ever have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
no.
real.
She looks amazing every time, beach weather and everything looks so good. She makes it look so easy too.
Well, thank you. That was Andrew's camera.
Yeah. No, but it was good.
I want to go down to the sand dunes.
Oh, me
But-
too. I know, but
I think
there's no dunes. You said.
no, there's dunes. There's dunes happening. Like it's always there, but it's the weather that's the issue.
I want to
And
go to Cactus
time.
Country.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And a black horse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Look,
And a black horse.
My ideas are like,
I like that.
but it's that Western vibe,
I love it.
Yeah.
You know, it's 6
Okay.
hours away as well.
I know. That's why I haven't been. Like, I keep thinking about it. Like, all the photo shoots look good, and when they go there, but even the sand dunes, yeah, stunning. Yeah, you guys would really kill that idea.
Mm. The issue with going to sand, so it's 2.5 hours from here.
Is that at Wilson's prom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's 2.5 hours from here, and then it's a half an hour walk. from the car park to the dunes.
You gotta carry your stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And whilst the walk is fine to begin with, you know, the climb up the sand
Yeah.
is the
okay, I could
fucking
imagine that,
killer.
yeah.
And then you get up there, it's like,
Yeah. Can't
You
even
know.
warm up to it. You're already dying. Like,
yeah. And, you know, and then you just have to you have to time it because now sunset happens so quick.
Mm-hmm.
It's so quick, whereas obviously like during summer it's longer, but it's so quick, which then means you got to fucking walk back in the dark.
Oh, yeah. I had a shoot recently. It was for Converse, and it was for my friend Chimmy and
Jimmy.
Chimmy.
Jimmy.
Chimmy. But she goes as Chia the artist now.
Oh.
And she had been kind of like coming up with this idea of boss chick photo shoot. She sends me the mood board, and then I go to her, I'm so sorry to do this to you, but I've just seen it so much. You know, I've seen that.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I've
So
seen that.
you reject.
I did. I've gotten to that stage now. Yeah.
Wow.
But
That is so egotistical.
but I'm good at what I do.
wow.
Yeah, I'm good at what I do, so I'm allowed to be that way. But what I was gonna say is like I also know
Was she going to pay you?
Yes. But I also know that with Chia we have friendship. So I know that she looked for me.
Babe, if you want to do it, there's a duplication fee that's applied because I've already done this.
No, so she ends up like she sends me the mood. But prior to that she said to me like, Han, I want to do a photo shoot. You're the only one that I see like really doing this with, and yeah, and
I can't believe you denied her.
I want the best for my friend.
Access denied.
Yeah, I want the best for my friend.
Computer
and
says no.
I just like said to her, I've seen it before, but let's dig deeper.
Yeah.
Tell me what the purpose of your photo shoot is. Tell me what you want from it. And then she's like, I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board. So she goes back. We speak like another 4 days later. She's like, all right, I re-looked at it. And I was like, okay. She goes, when I think about me and it's a rebrand and I see it at the beach and I see it like, you know, really earthy colors and I'm going to be touring soon and it's going to be summertime. So I kind of want it. I was like, why don't we do boss vibes at the beach? And then she's like, what do you mean? I was like, there's no rules to art. There's no rules to photography and what we create. Like if that's your look, that's the look you want and you want it in that environment, we will make it work, you know?
Actually, I'll correct you. There is one rule.
What's the rule?
Yeah, that there's no rule.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Got you, Filiz.
Yeah, I was like, so poor thing ends up writing our schedule for the day and she's like, we need to be there at 5 a.m. because I want the sunrise and I was just directing that day so I didn't have to be there for makeup or anything, but the team was there at 5. It was pitch black. The makeup artist took like a little carpet, a little rug, and she set up on the beach. And her little ring light is just the only light they have, and it's dark.
That would have been some sick BTS.
It was a beautiful experience, and yeah. And while I'm at home, I get a call at like 6 a.m. saying, Paula, you know what we've realized? And I'm like, what? The sun doesn't rise here. It rises in Queensland. It doesn't rise here. We won't see it. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And they're like, we forgot to have a look at that. And I'm like, and I think that's one of my biggest.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, I think that's one of my biggest pet peeves when it comes to shooting and shooting outside. You can't control weather. You can't control like what it's going to look like if it's going to rain, but you got to have backup plans. And so.
I mean, you can to a certain level. You just have to do your research.
It went right over our heads because
Yeah.
obviously we
There's
had
lots of work
everything.
on.
Yeah, we had
Yeah.
so many other things in place, lesson learn, and that's what's the beautiful things about these things is they're all experiences. And then later on, when somebody goes, "Paul, I want to do a sunrise shoot," I'm gonna check that it rises here, and But nonetheless, the shoot turned out crazy.
Turned out incredible.
I really can't
Yeah,
wait
really,
for
really
anybody to see that shoot, because the little snippet that I put on my TikTok did so well as well.
So beautiful.
Oh yes, you have a TikTok now.
I know.
Are you ticking and you're
I'm
talking?
trying. I am. I really am.
You should be doing UGC stuff on TikTok as well.
I'm trying. Yeah. With my traveling, I met up with somebody in Sydney. She's like massive for like the Spanish community over there. But one of the things that she said to me was like, Paula, you're constantly pushing other people forward. You know, you're putting them in the light. But what about you? You know, like what about your content? And I just kind of was like, it took me back. She's like, you know, I could have met the band that you're traveling with, but I wanted to meet you. This is more quality for me. Like we do the same things. We want the same things for our communities. And the minute I got back, I think I changed my handle from makeup to creative, because I no longer just want to be known as a makeup artist. I do so many other things now, like especially content-wise, especially directing, putting shoots together. And I don't want people to just think I did makeup for almost 10 years. Like now I think I've earned my stripes to start pushing for other things. But I speak about so many things on my Instagram. You know?
Yeah, you're rebranding yourself.
Yeah. I do, like, and then I run events, or you know, and then like I try and do shout outs for people, you know, and then TikTok hasn't been something that I've done, and I think it's,
you know what it is though? It's this difference between developing a social media presence that has your personal brand. That's what it is.
you know what it was? I got caught up in the quality. Like I wanted all my things to have this amazing quality on Instagram. Yeah. In terms of like that it was filmed right, that I looked okay.
This actually is a nice segue into one of the dot points that I fucking put on our list, which was structured versus going with the flow.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You are such a structured person though.
It's bad.
It's bad.
It's bad.
It's real
but
bad.
When somebody I value those little things. When somebody pulls me up on my shit, I will look at it and be like, all right. And that's what I did. I was literally like, I'm going to start trying different things and different content styles and just not caring as much. And whatever happens from that, whatever views, likes, whatever happens from that, it doesn't matter. Like I just need to put it out. And I think I'm not the only creative that gets stuck with those things. We all do.
Every creative does. That's a part of
because we're
being
the
a
worst
creative.
critic on our work, you know? And so TikTok's been great like that, because it's not about the quality. There is a few things to know about it, which there's moments we catch up and I'm like, I look at it and I'm like, just tell me if I'm talking content too much. And she's like, no, it's okay. Just give me a second. Then she's like, all right, go on now. But we talk about
Wow.
timings, hashtags.
We talk a lot about content, yeah. We do everything we can in our power to build each other up, because that's the type of people that we are, just as individuals.
Yeah.
To, whether it's to our friends or to someone else, we just like to see other people lifted up. And if there's something that we can do to help them in any way, we would.
Yeah.
But in our case, we do try and understand the concept and like not algorithm, but just the way different social media platforms work.
Right.
From our perspectives. And yeah, we do talk a lot about content, but it's all relatable because we both on that wagon of content creation.
And even like if we go back to how you were saying, like going with the flow, there's so many things that I had planned this year. Like I can't even begin to tell you of like how structured I was, that I had probably events up until April booked. But I think God has a funny humor like that and just kind of says, nah, it's not happening that way, you know? And Filiz and I, we catch up and I think going with the flow is one thing, but also having the right amount of people in your circle is really important, whether that's like 2 mates or 1 mate. I get to share so many things with Filiz. Like we talk business. We sit down and have coffees and we're talking about what's trending. We then go out on the weekends and let our hair down. Like it is beautiful to have that kind of friendship with somebody. And I'm glad that I found it now at this stage of my life, because I don't think I've ever had a friendship like that where, yeah, we support each other that much. I want her to win. She wants me to win.
Yeah, that's so good.
Yeah. So I think, yeah, our friendships come at a really good time. But also, like, there's moments where I went to a seminar at the start of the year, and one of the biggest things was that I walked away from that seminar. It said, be careful with who you build with. I had so many things already.
Not the KFC guy.
I had so many things in place, you know, and then I went to her house like right after that seminar, and I looked at her and I was like, what happens if I don't want to do events anymore? And
Then you don't do events.
And she was like, don't do them. I was like, what happens if I don't want to do anything and I just want to chill? And she's like, yeah, you can do that. And I'm like,
just do that.
and then slowly just things started falling in front of me like cards. Just people moved, events moved, everything started falling, and I hadn't even looked for it. But at that moment I just thought, and again, I think it comes down to having faith and just, you know, knowing that no matter what happens, there's something better for you.
Mm.
And I don't know when that is, because we're still going through it. Like we still have very, very, very hard days.
I think, my perspective of like going with the flow of life is, it doesn't matter in my perspective what structure you create. You can have your routine of, you know, wake up, go to the gym, every day. But I don't think that it's actually like the physical part of it, because you're going to have to go with the flow. That's just the way life works, I believe. You're going to go out, maybe you're going to see something, or something's going to happen, and you just never know. So you have to go with the flow. I just feel when it comes to structure, it's actually more or less all about the mindset. You've got to have the structure in the mindset to be able to overcome or be able to go with the flow when things happen, because nothing is ever really going to go to plan. That's just life. And the fact that we try and put structure and be like, all right, today's going to be like this, it doesn't work. You can try as hard as possible. We all do it on a daily basis.
We probably force it, yeah.
But for Liz, sometimes it works. Sometimes I can organise a podcast to get you guys here.
Yeah, but you said listen to this though. Hold on. You said 11 o'clock we'll start.
I know. That's my fault.
Go with the flow. Simpler.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
Yeah.
I mean, not to say that it wasn't hard. We both had really hard days just the day before today, and I think where we were compared to where we are, thank God for makeup, and we feel like death, but we don't look like death, which is great.
You don't look like death.
Represent that shit.
We represent.
Yeah.
But
the good and the bad.
Yeah, I think there's moments where we're both like, I don't feel good, and then we're just like, let's push, and we just get it. We just have to do what we have to do.
What did you say in my podcast? Let's get it on, baby.
Oh, Paula. That was when you said, no, because he goes, when I pick up that camera, and I'm like, and he goes, it's like, I'm like, let's get it on.
Yeah, and then I said the fucking wrong word. I was like, scaliente.
Oh, what is that?
Hey, she's like, correct.
How are you with going with the flow of everything?
Look, I understand that whilst the way that I operate is...
You're structured too.
Yeah, I will structure things, but then on the day, in the moment, I'll go with the flow because that's what works for me. You know, I get that some people can't do that. I get that there's, you know, people get anxiety around it, but which is why
you and I balance really well.
Yeah, probably. But it's also why I'm super comfortable going to a location that I know nothing about at all.
Yeah.
You know, like I'll go to a Airbnb or I'll go to a hotel room. I know nothing about it it's fine. I'll just work it out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I know that these are the types of shots that I want to get, or you know, I know what time of day I'm
I think
going.
it's about having some kind of a plan,
Yeah.
but being open to it, not,
Some kind of
No,
misstructure
but
here.
like
Structure,
I'm
yeah.
just saying, like you got to know something. You can't just go there.
I mean, you have a
airy-fairy.
concept, you have an idea.
Yeah.
you
It's muscle
work
memory.
off it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe you you can do structure only so much, and then you have to rely on muscle memory
Mm.
and like intuition, and like I love that. You know,
Do you feel like spending a lot more time on your own, that you've become a more intuitive person?
on my own.
Yeah.
I think I'm my own worst nightmare because I'm so critical of myself,
Okay.
and I need to just fucking take a chill pill, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, you know,
But what makes you that way?
because I know in the back of my mind I have no plan B.
'Cause you-
I can understand that.
I have no plan. I have no one
yeah, I
to
think.
depend on except myself.
Yeah.
And so it's like,
It's also an age thing, right? Like you're kind of at this age and you're like, why hasn't it worked out yet?
No, I don't
Why
think
am I not at, like, I've got so much experience. I know I'm doing everything possible. Like, why haven't I reached that level yet?
I believe it's kind of like your dating situation on
Well,
the
I don't date anymore, but
no,
yeah.
no, like on the dating apps.
Yeah.
You can have all the best intentions and have all the best skills and have all the best everything. If you're not in the right environment, you ain't going to get anywhere.
That's right.
No.
And so the environment, and there's that analogy, right? Like if you buy a plant and you put it in a bit of ground that has toxic waste and you're watering it and you're feeding it and you're giving it sunlight and that bitch ain't growing, it's because you fucking stuck it in a place that had toxic waste. Whereas you put it in a nutrient-dense soil, you do all the right things and it's going to grow. That was a bad analogy.
No,
but
I
like,
think
got it.
I think it
it's
gets
good.
really hard because there's moments where, like, I have those moments too where I kind of look at myself and go, but I go to the gym and I eat well and then I'm doing wellness and then I still invest in creativity, creative things. I do the best I can by my kids. I am I'm level-headed now. And
But you did-
then things still don't go. Not that I don't go somewhere. Like I don't see the growth.
But you did just say something before at the start of the year. You came to realize, be careful who you build with,
Yeah, but
There's
that
been a lot of growth.
a lot
because
of
that's an environment thing as well.
yeah,
Who you associate with is important,
Oh my god, absolutely.
'Cause they
will
build you up.
yeah.
or be honest with you and call your shit out.
No, and I think if we're looking at how this year has been, I think this year it's kicked me in the butt to be like, it's about you, Paula. This year's about you. It's not about building all these things for other people. It's about you. It's about you doing the self-work. It's also for you to look after yourself. Because in my mind, when I think about it now, if I had ran all those events until April, or I would have burnt myself out. I would have started building these events that just would have become mediocre things because I had done them already. I wouldn't have traveled. I would have been overstretching myself. And there's so many moments that I talk with Filiz and I'm like, I'm no longer doing that. I've had to say no to so many things just because I'm just not feeling good anymore. Like I've realized there's certain environments that I go into and I come home or I wake up in the morning and I feel hungover. Like I feel like my energy is just drawn out. So I do think
You got roofied
I don't even drink. Like it's
In your water.
even in my water. But yeah, like
I'm kidding. I'm
Many-
kidding. You probably didn't get roofied.
nah. But there's many moments that I'm kind of like, especially this year, that I just kind of think it's about me. And recently I
It's
went,
always about you.
yeah, no, but like the years before was about building my brand. It was
But that's about you.
yeah, it's about me, but it's like hustle time. Whereas in this year, I feel
think-
like it's really pulled me back. And I ended up going to Bright with my family, and I was telling, like, I'd video for Liz, but I was like, I feel like I'm experiencing colors for the first time here. Like, I can breathe. Like, I'm able to just chill out. I had no reception. I was barely on my phone, and I just thought to myself, this is what I'm meant to be doing this year. I'm meant to be taking time out,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, this year's a 9-year. Like, it's the completion year.
Okay, well, that makes
Mm.
And
sense.
it's
to
a
know.
closing off of,
Yeah.
stuff. And so maybe this is the year where it's just like, you know what, like, just take stock
Yeah.
and, like, focus on yourself. And I think that's good.
Yeah.
I think
I
that's
think we
all
Still
we can
positive,
do.
yeah.
That's all we can do is focus on ourselves and just try and grow. And whether you see the growth or not, I think that you're too hard on yourself, Paula.
I know you.
Whether you see yourself growing or not, the matter of the fact is you're growing. You're just probably not being able to see it right now.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, even with me in my life, nothing really goes the way I would love it to. Otherwise, you know.
What do you mean? You had a
Oh, I've got
half-suited
so
guy chasing
much.
you?
Oh, Lord have mercy. Wow, that really took me off guard.
I gotta say, but you're a hard ass. Like, you really are. There's moments where like we're both having bad days, and she's like, I'm feeling like death. I feel like shit, but I've written a list for myself, and I'm gonna get these things done today.
What? She writes a list.
Oh my
Do you
God,
write a
I
list?
write
Yeah, she's that person.
everything.
What?
Yeah.
I thought
I
you said
write
you go with the
everything.
flow.
I do.
A
But there
list is such a structured thing.
I mean, the list is obviously things that are going to help take a certain weight off my shoulders to
Yeah.
get things done. So whether the list is a checklist to get done, not everything gets done. It's just things that are going to help me progress to
Right.
get to where I'm going to go to.
Right.
Whether it's done or not, it's just out of my head on a piece of paper.
I also
and
think
when
it's a
needed.
distraction for you, hun. Like,
I'm a
to not
perfectionist
think of
sometimes.
what's going on currently. You're just like, if I do A, B, and C, I'm getting distracted, and I'm gonna put my energy into that for now.
All right, hang on. Go.
What are we doing?
It's like Royal Rumble.
No, we love each other.
No, I'm kidding.
Nah, and that's the biggest thing is like this is the thing with you. And when we started being really close, she would say, you know, I love you, yeah? And I'm like, yeah. You know, like, what I'm going to tell you is not like a bad thing. And
Oh,
then I'm like,
shit.
okay. I was
She
like,
like gives you with the fun.
Oh,
She's
100%.
buddy is up.
that's why I
Oh,
love her so
yeah.
much. Yeah, she gives me the hard truth
Yeah, 100.
in everything,
Always.
And I like, especially in the beginning of our friendship, she would be like, I love you, but I'm going to tell you something. And I'm like, okay. And then she'd be like, I don't like when you do this. I think you're too nice. I think you do this. And I don't want you stretching yourself anymore. And I'm just like, yeah, maybe you're right. I know it's coming from a good place, you know, and I think we do the same for each other all the time.
You just never want to see the ones that you love get hurt by people that are not treating them the way that they should be.
Yeah.
And that's just a part of life.
Here's a question though: do you roast her?
Oh, 100%. I love roasting my friends. I
Yeah.
think without being able to roast my friends, they're not really my friends.
Because I posted that thing. I reshared a reel on my
Yeah.
story saying that friends that roast each other are like 300% more
100%.
Oh, yeah.
chance to like.
The comfortability of it. And you
Trust
can't
each
do that with
other
everybody.
and-
I've
No, you
noticed.
cannot.
You
No.
can't.
Because they're just.
I mean, I do
defensive.
anyways.
Yeah.
Which, take it or leave it, like, it's not my problem. It's just the way I am. But roasting is my favorite thing sometimes.
It literally got to the point though where with all this stuff happening, I looked at Filiz and I was like, you better not leave my life because I really can't handle another change in my life right now. So yeah, we were just going through it so much that but it's the beauty of it. Like you could be going through so much, but then you look around and I'm still blessed. I still have amazing things, but I am very careful with, again, how much I overextend. So if I'm working on projects, it's because I actually enjoy that project. I understand that those things I still need, you know. We have a film clip coming up too.
That's
So
right,
we've got a
music
music video coming up.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, is this is the one with Jackie?
Jackie's actually
Wait, is this the one with Jackie?
no Jackie.
Oh shit,
It
this is
became
another
official.
one.
Yeah.
It became official for Easter. I am now Jackie's godmother,
Oh,
and
congratulations.
that was stunning. Absolutely stunning. I have never.
I really have to put the sound file in now.
I've
Not like-
never been to an Easter service, and it was at St. Patrick's Cathedral. There was a moment where they switched off all the lights in the cathedral. Have you been in a cathedral or any? Like, my worst horror stories came out. Like,
I
it
haven't
was
been in a place of worship for a long time.
yeah. Okay, so it was dark.
Fuck.
It was
Dark.
dark, gloomy. That smell of like stone, like cement. It was just really airy.
Did someone come up behind you?
I couldn't see even if they did. I really couldn't. But
Shh, she got that joke. Sorry.
But anyway, like, yeah, it was a beautiful service. Jackie, yeah, he's got a lot of things happening. He's coming out with his EP now, a
Yeah.
new one,
Yeah,
which
that's
is great.
cool.
I've had moments with him too where I kind of see stories pop up and he releases certain lyrics and then I text him separately. I was like, Hannah, you sure you want to be posting that stuff? Because it's really like controversial. But then I have to understand that that's the way he is as an artist. Like sometimes he likes a little.
I feel so offended
Why?
because I don't get these types of messages from you.
I know how you are though.
Oh,
I know how you are though.
because I just
so-
don't give a shit.
I think the things that you post are quite on point though. Like,
Yeah.
I know it's
You got-
all these things that are going in my head, and then I find things that are funny, like
oh,
cat memes.
I love
or
your
like-
cat memes.
I love your funny videos.
Yeah.
Oh, they crack me.
the Coke
up.
one.
The Coke one got me.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna go.
That was
into
the
I'm not gonna
best.
get into the boobs one.
Oh, just all of them. Yeah, the boobs one. I was just like, okay.
The
Okay.
boobs one.
You know
Andrew.
the boobs one.
The boobs one, yeah. Badonkadonks.
Ah, yeah, I know the boobs one.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
That's pretty
what
funny.
I'm gonna say is I like the edit. I like the edit.
Oh
on it.
yeah, it's funny. Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny. I was like, okay, true. But yeah, no, we're actually working on an artist. His name's Sunlow. Shout out Eddie.
Shout out Eddie.
Eddie.
And yeah, he's releasing music. We went to the backyard concerts recently, which was great. So as much as we're not like, I'm not releasing or we're not working as much, we're still invested. You know, we'll still go to certain things, and I think even though we're not working, we're still working behind
only
the scenes.
these one-off projects because you don't duplicate things, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
But there's a
memory.
there's a beautiful reason why. There's a beautiful reason for that because I believe that every event should fill a purpose. I don't want things to become like, and that's what I've noticed even with content. Everything becomes, everybody just gets used to seeing the same thing, you know? And so celebrating us, it was beautiful and everything was going well. My last event was great. But if I were to run that event again, a wellness one, I would do it differently, you know, just so people aren't expecting the same thing every time and expecting the same thing every time.
Okay. So this is an interesting point, right? Because the people that you work with are different.
Now,
No. So, okay. So let's just say someone came to you and you're like, "Oh, I've already done that before."
yeah,
Guess what, babe? It's a different person.
It's so very
Why
true,
wouldn't
yeah.
you give the different person the same treatment?
there's a few things I look at when people offer me things. I look at if their values align with mine. I really do. I didn't used to before, and I used to just jump at the opportunity.
To build a portfolio,
Yeah, to build the portfolio.
gain experience.
That's
Yeah.
You
But
know.
now it's so hard with me. I'm such an emotional being. It has to spark joy. It really does. Like when somebody comes to me and says, Paula, I want to do this with you, and I gotta say, like, there's so many people out there on social media that claim to be friends with you, that claim to support you.
Oh yeah.
But at the end of the day, the only thing they give a fuck about is your following, what you can do for them. And I've had to learn that the hard way. And I'm grateful for learning those things. But now I do kind of put my foot down and I will give you time. I will set up like a video call. We'll sit down, we'll have a chat, talk to me about your idea.
I never got that either. I never got a video call.
Oh, Andrew, you really going through the field.
I was
She's literally scraping the bottom of the barrel coming here today.
Right now.
I will make you a cake when I come next time, okay?
Oh,
Let's just do the podcast at mine next time,
I
okay?
don't eat cake.
Okay, I'll make you taquitos. You want tacos?
Yeah, Tina in the house.
I want taquitos. You never make me taquitos.
What's a taquito?
No, like I
This is
don't make
like a-
tacos. I'll buy them for you. But
Oh,
like, yeah,
taquitos.
But going back, I will just look at everything in terms of what the idea is, because people will come and say, I have this idea. I want to do this and this. But then they don't realize how much work actually goes into that and getting your audience there, getting the people there. So I started realizing a lot of people were looking at my contacts and wanting to build things with me just for that. One of the biggest things that I learned this.
Hang on, isn't that okay? Shouldn't you just charge them more for that?
I could definitely, but I think where I'm at, and one of the things that I've noticed about me is I don't sway for money. Yeah, it's very much a purpose-based thing now. Like if I die tomorrow, I want to know that I made a difference in somebody's life. Like that's where I'm at. I'm very happy with.
You're not dying, are you?
No.
Oh, wow. Better go to her house tonight for those what do you call them?
Those fucking tacos.
Taquitos.
Taquitos. Not just normal
Yeah.
tacos. Taquitos.
Are they made with chihuahuas or something?
No, they're not. I'm not Mexican, man.
Oh shit.
But yeah, like I think there's a lot of things.
So it
that
has to be with purpose. Like I totally get it. I get it, and like not falling.
There's just so many levels to it. I
not
can't
falling.
just
not falling for the money trap. You're not trying to commercialize something. Like all of that. I get it.
Yeah.
It just means you're one of those people.
What kind of people would you say?
You want to work on like special things that like light you
You
up.
gotta understand too, with
You
like
know.
with the really bizarre kind of concepts and stuff, they're very rarely funded. They're very rarely
Yeah.
of big money, and it's just like the amount of people that I work with is just because they love it. They truly, truly believe in that idea, and they're like, we have this idea, like say the beach shoot. We had people flying from Sydney in on their own cost, because they really wanted to do that job,
Be a part of it.
be a part of it.
That's right. Yeah.
But the reason why we're doing this music clip for Sunlow is because one, I love his music. You got to check him out. I'll send it through to you. But he's got great stuff. When I spoke to him on our first meeting, I do have to feel like some kind of connection with the person, and
Oh my god, she's being so annoying now. We need to call her out. There has to be a fucking connection. 1 minute it was the fucking KFC guy. Now we can't even sway her with money. It's got to light me up.
I am, but I'm
I
okay
got-
to be like that.
You know you're winning it with Paula if you get a fucking video call.
Oh.
Sorry.
Nah,
You
it's
know,
okay.
you know this is just me just
I
roasting
know.
you.
Yeah, 100%.
Get tired ass.
Yeah.
I gotta get you back. But no, with the thing is like, and again, it's just the people that I've been around. Like, there's people that say, "Oh, I'm a musician." All right, cool. What kind of music? I don't have any. Or I.
What? How
I
are you calling yourself a musician?
No. But that's what I'm saying. Like
If you don't have any music and
I
you
haven't
come into
released
Paula,
anything
bro,
yet.
you ain't never gonna get that video call.
I haven't released
Yeah.
this.
Or
I haven't done.
taquitos.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of people saying they do certain things, but they're not
Yeah.
doing it. So I just wanted to make sure if I'm putting in the work that you're meeting me there too.
You know-
Actions speak louder them words.
Yeah. And so when I did speak with Sunlo is a very, very committed person to his work. He actually had already visualized what he wanted for the music clip. So that got me at least 70% there. Like he pitched the idea and then I was like, are we going to have cars? He's like, yeah. Are we going to have a drone? Yeah, we can do a drone. I was like, are we going to shoot at night? Like he was just like, yeah. And anything that I kind of visualized as well, he was like, oh my God, that's sick. We got to do it.
It's a tip, guys. There's an exclusive tip whenever you're dealing with Paula. Drone, night, cars.
Oh, and let's add fire. Let's add a snake in there. And
That's
anything
a lot.
I love all those things. The bigger, the better. The crazier, the better outcome.
You know what? When I hear you talk about all of this, where I see you going.
I want to hear
me?
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on.
Music clips.
No. Music clips.
Yeah.
No. I see you getting picked up somehow by someone
Yeah.
and doing what you do internationally.
Oh, thank you
see
so
that.
much.
You know why?
Why?
Because there's only fucking 27 million people in Australia. That's why they all do it for free.
Yeah.
Because there ain't no money here for it.
Well,
That's
people
so
just be
true.
stingy as well.
No,
Like
you
And
everyone
you go
wants the best
overseas
price, yeah.
and it's this.
That's also very true.
The money's pouring into creative stuff.
Do you think it's like here? You think it's an Australian thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the tall poppy syndrome thing here as well.
Oh, yeah.
People don't want to see you do better than them.
That's right. That is so true.
You know, I had this chat the other day too where I was even saying like with content creators, like so many people hide these things and these tips and
Yeah, no wonder. Like I used to be, look, and I still am a big like believer of not gatekeeping because I fucking hate it. Because like, if I'm doing good, I'm gonna help you do good
yeah.
because I know that if you do good, that's just gonna push me even harder to do better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Right?
like that. Yeah.
Like,
I also think nobody can copy your style.
yeah, and like a mate, a photographer mate who's in Perth. Shout out to Daniel.
Shout out Daniel.
He basically was like, have a look at this. This is such a Felix shot.
What was it? Beach?
Oh, no, it was like on the kitchen bench type thing, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, thanks. It's like, yeah, it's classic Felix.
Yeah, there's so many times I'm scrolling and I'm like, I think that you've taken that photo and it's not. And I'm like,
Yeah.
but you have your style.
Yeah.
You do.
And then I showed him a couple of other shots that I'd taken recently. He's like, yeah, that's another classic Felix one. This is another classic Felix one. I was like, oh, damn. And then I shared with him a couple of profiles from the US. And and his response was, God damn. And I was like, yeah, this guy's a god. He's such a god. I was like, and I've chatted to him and like he responds and all this type of stuff. And then Daniel said the most amazing thing. He goes to me, he is what you are to me. Fuck.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
And that's
And then he invoiced me. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding.
I think that's I think that's why it's important to go to these events and like creative things because there's just not enough of, again, the connection. There's just not enough of, hey, it's so. Filiz is a classic example.
Oh, shit.
If you look at Filiz
Oh,
on
shit.
socials, you think of her as a type of way.
Oof.
When you meet her in person,
Oof.
Oh, that's what people used to say about me.
totally different.
Oh, yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think like having creative events helps us to all meet, helps us to collaborate.
What do you mean, though? Filiz is just the dancing girl at the beach with the sword.
Yeah, but she looks tough and she looks like she doesn't
She's
give
badass.
time to anybody.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I look tough?
Yeah.
She
no, she's
fucking,
tough.
yeah, she'll
She's-
rip you to shreds.
I wouldn't even play her.
She's a
I
fucking
would
shredder.
not even try it. But I think it's beautiful for people to, but one thing I think that we both struggle with, like
Yeah.
you've been stopped when we've had dinner and like we'll be having dinner somewhere and somebody's like, I follow you and you danced at this place so many years back and da da da. And she's like, oh, thank you so much. And
Humbled.
yeah, I was at a wedding on
Yeah, that's good.
yeah, I
Cute.
was at a wedding on the weekend and I went up to the bride to say, thank you so much. You look stunning today. And she just looked at me and she's like, I'm sorry, but I got to tell you, I love all your stories. I don't know why you're not modeling. I don't know why you don't take up modeling and do something with that because you're stunning. And everything that you do creatively, she's like, I'm so proud of you. And I looked at her and I was like, I've got to be saying nice compliments to you on your special day, you know? But I think it's beautiful that people see you in that way. They just don't understand what happens behind the scenes when it comes to doing all those things, you know? Like, yeah, we're not just what we see on socials, which is nice to try and do these conversations and be out of our comfort zone so people get to know us on a personal level.
I sometimes struggle with, like I go through phases where I'm like, I'm going to show everything on social media, like who I am and what I do and da-da-da-da. And then I'm like.
You get on the trends really quick, I got to tell you.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, you do.
What do you mean?
I liked your Meet the Team one. And it was like, yeah. No, don't worry. I see you. I see you.
That took so long
I
to
know,
do.
I can imagine. I can imagine.
I was pissed because there was one character. There was one character that I was like, no, I can't fucking do that one. So I cut him out. I was like, fuck.
Because then you
What a
look,
waste of
'cause
time.
then you look and then you're like, I've got 3 minutes or something as a reel. If I wanted to
Yeah.
go that long.
And then the fucking lighting guy was the one that everybody liked because I was in a fucking overalls. I didn't have a shirt on. I'm like, you fucking weirdos.
Yeah. No, but that's the thing. People don't realize how much time goes into content. Like,
so true.
if I were to film as much as, like, that's probably another reason why we don't post as much, but it takes a lot of time. It really does. And, like, that's the other thing is how you were saying, like, you don't want to show too much. But I think it's the perfectionism in us, you know, like, of making sure that everything looks a type of way. But I think the best thing when it comes to our content is making sure that it shows our authenticity, it shows our branding and things that we're into. Like, yours is really cool because you are funny. Like,
Am
Andrew
I?
is the best.
like you are funny and like
You're the best.
Yeah.
I think I'm funny. I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck what everybody else thinks.
Good.
But if we
Which
rewind,
I think is actually the problem.
If we rewind to before I even met you
Yeah.
in our first podcast session, I
Yeah.
was so nervous.
Why?
Yeah. Because I didn't know you. I didn't know you as a person. I didn't, all I had seen was from your socials. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm going. And even though I'm a fan of your work, and one of the biggest things is I think people don't realize they got to give credit to those people, whether you do porn, whether you do the OnlyFans photography and stuff like that. Like,
yeah.
you know, whether you do boudoir or nude kind of or artistic, you know, photography, like your style chooses you. If you're really good, if you were good at, you know, motor and vehicle photography,
Yeah.
you would be doing that,
Yeah.
you know, but your style is that and you're great at it. So why not do it? You know?
Yeah.
So I think that's the biggest thing too.
I think though also I try to use humor to like break the ice with stuff a little bit because
Yeah.
sometimes like if you just do like all of the photography stuff, like it gets too much,
Yes.
you know, and like
Your model
just-
looks tense as well without
Yeah.
having any fun on set.
yeah, and you got to have like some fun because that's
Yeah.
how you get the photos, you
Mhm.
know. And I get it that my personality is very unique, and like you ain't never gonna duplicate this personality. You can try, but like good luck to you.
Now you have hair, you can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you got to like develop your own personality
That's right.
and have your own way of doing things and all this type of stuff. And I love seeing that come out in people. And,
Yeah.
you know, some of the photographers that I've had on the podcast last year, I've seen, you know, more of that
Oh,
stuff
that's
from
great,
them,
yeah.
which is great.
You know, what was another one that I liked that you posted was, it's enough to show your work on there, but you should also be showing yourself.
Yeah.
It was something like photographers that take photos of things. This is your chance to take photos of yourself as well.
Saw that one. Yeah.
Yeah, it was so good because I don't think people get it. Like,
People still don't get it.
they don't get it. And that's why I film myself now when I'm on set, because people don't get what I actually do when I am directing or on set or, you know, poses and stuff. And yeah, it's a lot. So, and I think it's nice when you're able to do your own photos. Like your lighting on your ones are great. Like the
Great
portraits
shots,
that you do.
Andrew.
Yeah.
I try.
No, it's good. It's good. It took you 3 hours, but we got there.
When I started, it took me 3 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, like, and actually, Daniel sent me a profile of a woman in the US. Her whole profile is just self portraits, and the fucking lighting is amazing.
Really?
All of her shots are amazing. It's like, wow, like the level of expertise, you know, that you obtain from just doing the self-portraits, you can then apply to like other people,
Absolutely.
you know, and
Yeah.
other shoots. And then
Yeah.
I always also like the female body's a lot nicer to look at than the male body.
You should
I
still
agree.
try male bodies, I reckon.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, not for me, Paula, but
Look, I have the account.
yeah.
I'm like,
How are all your businesses doing? Like the no touching. I saw you went to your friend's wedding as well.
Yeah. Friend's wedding was amazing. Best wedding that I'd ever been to. And I was like,
Beautiful.
all right, this has convinced me I need to do wedding photography.
That's nice.
Like I have the account, I haven't done anything with it, you know. It all just takes time. And like,
Yeah.
as I said, like people haven't, this year I feel that people haven't had enough money, you know, enough disposable income to do extra things with, you know. Hopefully now that the election's done, everything will fall into place, you know, for the second half of the year and, you know.
Slowly but surely. Yeah.
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 Creatively, I've still got like heaps of things going on and like that'll never stop.
I know. I always see like your little notes on Insta, like something big's coming. I'm like, oh, here we go again. Like, what
He
else does
leaves
he
the
have up his
anticipation.
sleeve?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm like, did I miss it? What's happened? What are we doing? Like,
It's a real problem for me because I get these
you
ideas.
get bored. I know you get bored.
I get these ideas and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm the ideas guy.
Mm.
I mean, I am the execution guy as well, but like the problem is that there's like at least 250 ideas going on in my head at the
Yeah.
one time. You know what it's
I'm
like,
going
Filiz?
through it myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then executing each one takes a fair bit of time. And
Yeah.
by the time comes,
Can I share a little
Yes.
fun fact about you?
oh my God, bring it on, Paula.
Let's go.
She makes bags. She's
Oh
studying
yeah,
at
I do
sewing.
a lot of things.
She does so many things people
Can
don't
I
see.
just say?
Thank God you
hold
said
on.
sewing.
Yeah.
No, she does
Yeah,
amazing.
I do. I sew. I do a lot of things. I'm just a
Let's
creative
just say
person.
our little
Yeah.
outfit that we wore on the weekend was a pant.
Yeah,
so she
wear a
decided to
pair of
cut her
pants.
pant.
Oh, I did see that story
Yeah.
where you had something to go to, and but
Yes.
you
It was
had
a
a
gala, yeah,
a
Met Gala.
dress,
Yeah.
and then you're like, I don't have anything to wear, so I'll just like cut this dress up.
Cut a pair of pants up.
It was
yeah.
Sorry,
Pants,
yeah,
yeah.
turn pants into a dress.
Yeah, I didn't know how I managed that. It was in a couple of minutes. It was pretty cool. But I'm really proud of myself. I think I'm just a really creative person in that aspect. I like using my hands and just creating things. And I'm like you, I've got 1,000,001 ideas happening in my mind. But I like writing things down, and if they catch, they catch, and if not, they're just in the archive parts of whatever I saved.
Look, there
You know?
is something about our DNA that is in tune with being tactile.
Mm-hmm.
And so writing things down
Mm-hmm.
helps to get it out of our head and onto a piece of paper so then our head can do something else
That's right. Yeah.
and not ruminate over that thing that we've
yeah,
just
you
written
know
down.
you've noted noted it
Yeah.
down, and yeah, you don't have to worry about it as much.
Yeah. And then Joe Rogan was like, when an idea comes into your mind and you do something with it, even if it's just like writing it down, it's created itself
Yeah.
because it's written down now.
Yeah.
And you can always come back to it.
You can always come back to it.
Yes.
The next progression is that something happens as a
Execution,
result of
yeah.
the writing the thing down.
Mm-hmm.
But like that's how ideas come about.
Mm.
That's how we've evolved like over the years, right back to making fire
Yeah.
Mm.
or like, you know,
Yeah.
sticks
Yeah,
and hunting and, you know, stuff like that.
definitely. How are we going for time, my love? Because are we going to do red light, green light?
Should we do red light?
I want to do red light, green light. Let's do red light, green light.
Should we do red light, green light right
Let's do
now?
red light,
All
green
right,
light.
red light,
Yeah.
green light.
Wait.
I'm
is-
just trying. You're the podcast leader. I'm here looking, going, how we going for time? What do we do?
Well, I don't know. I'm just going with the flow.
Yeah, I know. It's
Fucking
going with the flow segment.
All right, red light, green
All
light.
right, red light, green light. All right, pineapple on pizza.
Yes.
Yes, love.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right,
Really?
you do one now.
Oh shit.
Damn, I don't know. All right, Filiz, take it away. You go. Yeah. Give us some more so we can warm up.
Yeah, come on, Andrew.
All right.
I got one. Sorry.
Fucking hell, mate.
That was quick. Go on, what is it?
Chocolate in the fridge or out?
Depends what chocolate it is.
If it's Cadbury, just Cadbury chocolate.
What?
In a
Like
block.
plain?
Plain.
Can I put it in the fridge and take it out?
I think it's out.
Yeah?
I
You're an
think it's
outie?
out.
Yeah, it depends. If I'm going to eat it that day, I'll take it out. If not, I'll put it in the
Yeah.
fridge.
I don't get people that put it in the fridge.
I don't know. I
All
just
right,
makes it.
I did put it in the chat, but dress shoes with no socks. Is that green light or red light?
Is that in terms of dudes? Like dudes
No, who
that
gives
would...
a beep?
Yeah, it's dudes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's dudes.
Yeah, it's dudes. Nah, I love it. I think it's...
You love it?
Yeah.
Wait.
With no socks. Like the no-show socks.
dress
Yeah, you
shoes
have
with
to.
no socks.
Yeah,
It's
it's
very European.
it is, but it's the
I
style.
don't care.
Nah.
I just don't
As
care.
if you can't wear socks with those shoes.
Just
Can't
do what
handle
you
it.
gotta
You gotta
do.
have socks.
I mean, you, oh yeah, you wear the no-show socks.
Oh.
You wear those little ballet kind of socks
Oh.
in them. So
Okay.
they're called no-shows,
Okay.
guys.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have my attention to detail is really bad. I've all my guy mates, and if you don't wear a pair of pants with a belt, that's an issue as well.
Oof, Paula.
Yeah, I do get there. I get there
I got a
too.
custom-made suit
And
with
then do you
n-
have a belt with that?
with no belt thing.
Do you have a shirt tucked in?
Yeah, because it's a fucking suit.
Yeah, but if you're tucking your shirt in, you
Her
can't.
eyebrows are
No,
like,
but it's got like it's got the little buckles on the side, so there's no belt required.
What's the buckles on the side? Oh, because you can make it a little bit smaller inside.
No, they're on the outside. The buckles on the outside. It's a
I don't know.
custom
This
suit.
is how I am. Watch, shirt, belt, pants, nice shoes.
I love a man with a
Timberlands.
watch.
Timberlands.
Oh my god.
A watch.
Yeah, I love glasses and watch. Yeah, no.
Yeah, see, there's accessories.
Yeah.
I feel like
Oof.
men are scared to wear
Oh,
accessories sometimes.
Oh
so
my
accessories
God.
is green light then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wear a ring, wear a bracelet, wear a
Nah,
watch.
just watch and
Yeah, I know. I love
Oof.
guys that wear.
What about a scrunchie?
sure.
No, what is that?
Wow. No KFC for you.
Do you feel masculine with a scrunchie though?
I don't give a fuck.
Exactly. The guy's got hair. He probably wants to tie it. I go
Nah.
like,
Yeah, I'm going to tie it up after this.
Yeah, but it's the
Yeah.
same. Like long hair, short hair. What do you prefer?
oof. Okay. Oh my God, I used to be such a long hair person, but it just depends on the person. Like
Yeah.
sometimes just wear it up or down. I don't care. As long as you're a good human, I'll make you work. Like,
Wow.
no, it'll
If
work
you're
for
a
me.
good
It's
If
come to
human-
you're a
that
good
part.
human,
I'll
please.
make you work.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what I mean? I said that wrong.
This bitch gonna make you cook.
Edit! No. I
Fucking
cook for you.
tacos.
Just, yeah, I don't care. Hair, no hair.
It'll work.
Body hair,
That's what she
yes.
meant.
Just don't
She
chase
said
me
it'll
from the
work.
tram.
That's right.
Oh, body hair. Yeah.
Body hair, yeah.
Ooh, where?
As in like all body.
Well, I don't know. Like, I like hair sometimes, and I don't like when people don't.
I wasn't sure where the head was going there.
Wow. 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 Filiz in the house.
You know, she's quiet, right? She's sitting there like, she doesn't say nothing, but
Yes,
Let's
guys.
let's
with
try
hair,
again.
Guys
Blair,
with
let's
hair.
try again. Let's try again, Filiz.
I like guys with hair.
Are we, was that little dialogue then about hair in the
In there?
nether regions?
in there.
Oh, the hair can be anywhere. I don't mind. I don't mind hair.
Right.
I like hair.
Right.
I don't like when guys like try and shave to make. Now that we're talking about the area,
That's all right. Go for
to
it.
like make it look bigger. Like, okay, I get your
Is
perspective.
that what they do?
Yeah, that's what I've asked. I'm really open when it comes to any of these conversations with people. I'm very upfront, probably too upfront, but I'm a very
Right,
curious person.
It's at that moment you get the comment, "You're intimidating." Wow.
But
You're seeing it now. You see it now.
I'm comfortable. I should
You
be
are?
comfortable to ask these questions. Like, what do you like? What don't you like? Like, let's be
Just-
open. I don't want to beat around the
nah,
bush.
Nah. What kind of bush?
I
Sorry,
holy
guys.
shit.
It's turned into
Sex talk.
sex
Sorry,
101.
guys. It's been a hot minute.
We've entered the 6 hour with Paula and Filiz.
It's bad. It's bad.
Okay,
Don't watch
I'm
this. I think for me, it's like you don't know until you get there. Really, like
So
if the
body hair,
person's
no
hairy
body
or
hair.
not. So for me, it's more like if I like you, I don't think those things would affect me.
That's
Yeah.
a beautiful answer.
Fair enough.
But then again, yeah, a hairy chest has scared me
Andrew.
before.
I'm Switzerland on this.
Okay.
I'm neutral.
Really?
Yeah.
Even there?
Neutral is in like what are you talking
As in,
about?
I
Help me
don't
out.
really care.
Yeah.
Like, whatever goes, goes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, if you like the
Love
person, I
it.
don't think it matters. I don't think it matters.
It
Nah.
shouldn't. Not too much.
Any other red light, green light?
If a man wears cologne, is whew,
Oh,
yeah,
my
you got to have a
God.
smell.
Can it be too much cologne?
It can be, so don't have a shower in it. But like, it's just
I
literally
love
like
a man with
bling,
a good
bling,
scent. Yeah,
not
oh,
bling,
yeah.
bling, 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 bling.
No, I
You
get
know?
that. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's literally just enough because you can not be this very good looking, but if you smell good,
Did KFC guy do
scent.
that?
nah, KFC dude was probably on a break at that time, work break, and yeah, I don't want to talk about it. It was traumatizing.
I agree. A nice smelling, person rings all the right
What's your
bells.
put offs
100%.
when it comes to that side?
What do you mean?
Like females, like what's something that would put you off? First date, something
Good
that would.
question, Paula.
I'm there, baby.
Yeah.
a put off. Ah.
Talks too much.
Nah, talking too much isn't a bad thing. I think communication is really important.
100.
Yeah.
I think talking about yourself too much,
Oh yeah.
maybe,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Or like
Would you give them another go if they were nervous though? That's why they did that.
the nervous.
Yeah, like they.
What you got to be nervous about?
I mean,
Andrew.
it's the first date.
What do you mean?
You could be nervous. Like those things are nerve wracking. Are you kidding me?
You need you need some more self healing. Goodbye.
Oof.
What you got to be nervous about?
No, I get nervous when I go on my first dates.
Do
Don't
you?
you go through the what to expect? I hope this isn't a waste of time. I hope he likes me. I hope you don't go through those kind
Nah,
of things.
I'm just like, and I haven't been on a first date in a long time. But
Yeah.
I would just be like, oh, I'm just fucking going out for dinner. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
No expectations.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like whatever comes out of it, comes out of it. You know,
Yeah.
you can't be too planned, Paula.
I was not planned, but I find it very interesting when you let them pick the place, and they pick places that you probably wouldn't have gone to. You know, I went to one that was like a place in like they only had vintage amusement games,
Mm.
but I'm not a gamer, so I'm not sure why we were there.
That's
Mm.
really
yeah,
interesting.
yeah,
That was a test
to see what.
to see if you would cope with their gaming addiction.
I know.
Could be could be.
So a mate of mine said to me, and he's been on the podcast a couple of times, so you might be able to work it out, maybe. But
Actually, is he the chef? Is he a chef mate?
he's one of the chef mates.
Yeah, they're
Any-
all funny. I love it.
Anyway, he said to me, he goes, you know what I do with a girl that I've been with for a couple of months?
A
and,
tester.
Yeah.
Shush. Yeah.
And he's like, I just say to her, hey, this weekend, let's just go down to the Great Ocean Road
Nice.
and spend the weekend down there
Mm-hmm.
and not plan anything. No accommodation, nothing. You just drive
Yeah.
and you find somewhere.
I love how you're like, I love that. And I pull a face. I'm like,
Yeah. And
I
you
love
find
that.
somewhere and you sort it out like on the fly, right?
okay.
He says to me, I've broken up with girls because that weekend hasn't gone well. I've ended it with people
Wow.
because you get to see how people operate in times of stress and pressure. And I was
Okay.
like, it's a fucking brilliant idea.
Would you want to do that to people though?
What do you mean?
Like
After
if
a
I
couple of
happen
months.
one way or another. Isn't
Yeah.
it? It's just. I mean, I don't know about the word testing. It's obviously everyone gets a
Yeah.
little bit like, oh my god, testing, but it's gonna happen.
I
in
mean,
a
I think
relationship.
if you're seeing somebody, you should be able to go experience different things, like do things that they like, and do vice versa, what the other person
Yeah.
likes as well.
Yeah.
And then there's weekends away, and like I have the same similar things with my friends.
Yeah.
When I travel with my friends, I'm like, are you the type that wants everything sightseeing and itinerary and blah 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 blah, or are you a chiller?
Yeah.
Nah, I want to chill. All right, cool. You're my person then. Like, you know, and I did that with you.
Yes.
Yeah. We go anywhere. What are you? What kind of person are you? Like, yeah.
the
But
travel overseas thing is another
big
thing.
one,
Yeah.
yeah. I think also your friends understanding your behaviors as well. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. But man, I couldn't imagine what that kind of situation would have been like.
All right, I already know the answer. I already know the answer for you.
What is it? What's the
But
question?
red light, green light, gaming.
Oh, okay, yeah. Skip.
For me, yeah, I've got PTSD from that. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to say it's a red.
What game?
Tekken.
Oof.
Wow.
So my
Shit.
ex was a massive gamer. So towards the end of our relationship, a lot of it was like I wanted quality time, and he was like, "Nah, I'm gonna play game." So for me, that's not something that I want now.
I don't think that's
Yeah.
fair. I don't know.
If he was like, I haven't played for like, you know, it was like a one-off or like once a week, twice a week, cool.
Mm.
But when it comes to like every day,
Okay, consistency. with it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I get
like
that. But
we all need our own time. We all need our whatever that escape is. You know,
He wasn't competing in some global Tekken competition
that would have been
No.
sick.
for $1
And
million,
then you
was
hear
he?
him like talking on there, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, I'm putting my kids to bed.
Yeah.
And
Okay, I can understand.
it's
that,
a different
especially with
level for me,
kids.
unfortunately.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
She's putting the kids to bed,
Yeah.
boys.
Yeah, and so, but that's don't get me wrong. I'm a super I love Super Nintendo. I grew up on Donkey Kong, Mario. I played Guitar Hero with my sister. Like, love it. But if I'm
my
looking
first
at
time
that,
hearing this.
there's just a time and place for things.
Okay, I
Yeah.
get that. Yeah.
Like play when I've gone to do grocery shopping. Play when I'm at my girl's place. But when there's moments for being together and spending
Okay.
quality time.
okay.
I think it's all about. So it's not necessarily Tekken is the problem.
None.
It's
But that-
communication is the
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah, I think that is.
And I get it
exactly
now.
right.
Like
An
where
agreement.
we ended up, I get it now.
Are
Because
you sure? Because you seem to have a thing about gaming.
Like I said, it wouldn't be something that I welcomed now.
Yeah.
And obviously, like when I think about the person, if I do date again, I'm pretty sure it
But
would
Paula, you've asked me to give up gaming. I'm happy to do that if you give up creativity.
That's a first date conversation.
Wow, that's a
Yeah.
first date conversation.
Yeah, that is
Fuck
very
that shit.
that is very
Fuck
much.
that shit.
No.
Why would you have that on the first date?
I'm saying I'm saying to the point where if you're in the talking stage
Yes.
and the person's just getting to know what you do, I'm a full-time mom, I'm a single mom, but my creativity is important to me. So that person should already know how I'm kind of built. When it comes to having the date, and that person wants to pursue me, that person has to understand how I'm wired, like the things that mean a lot to me in my life. There's no way that it could progress and become something if that person didn't.
You don't want to find out later in time. You would rather get it out
No.
off the table
And if that
now?
person-
Okay, that's fair enough.
It
I
literally,
don't-
I'll
yeah.
be on dating apps, and if the person's like, yeah, I like gaming and da-da-da, I'm like, cool. I don't talk to them anymore after that.
Wow.
Send
Yeah.
them my way, baby.
Yeah, I'm just like, nah. But if that person's like, I love golf on the weekends, and that's what I do with my friends, or I go to cooking classes and I do that. Awesome. That sounds great. Tell me about it. Tell me what you like about it. Let's have those conversations. I think the biggest love language for me is knowledge. Like I love conversations, and I love getting to understand what you love, what ignites you, For me, that's really what it is. And I want a man that is very passionate about his life, that has goals, the dreams, but not also says them, but does them as well, So I think when there's a person like that, they understand and have the same respect for what you love, and will have respect for how much you love it, that they'll encourage you to keep doing it,
Is that how this person's going to get a video call with you? They have to be that type of guy.
At the moment, unfortunately, I'm not looking for love. Yeah, so that's not even on my radar at the moment.
How does someone get a video call from you, Filiz?
You just call it. Just call her in the morning.
Straight
She'll just pick up.
No, it depends on who it is. I mean,
she's a video call person though.
Oh,
yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
What's the question?
What does it take for somebody to get a video call with you?
And
What
then we
does it
and then
take?
and then we got to wrap this up.
Yeah.
What does it take to get in a video call? Just, I don't know, call, and if I'm in the mood, I'll answer.
Wow.
And if not, I'm busy.
This girl's blunt while smoking a blunt.
Yeah. And you're nosy. Holla.
Just call.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not happening. So
But-
the reality of the fact is, I don't know.
But what happened to the tram guy?
Oh, are you kidding?
He was like,
Finito.
he
KO.
was chasing you.
KO.
No, finished. Exactly. Vitality, brutality. Like, I told him straight up. I was
What
like,
was
nah.
what was your finishing move on him?
No, Feliz is
I
good.
appreciate it. I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. No, she'll
Straight
tell
up.
you to your
Yeah,
face.
I don't want to waste my own time, nor do I want to waste yours. So, yalla bye.
Yalla
That's it.
bye. How about you, Andrew?
Mm-hmm.
Like what would you say is like something that you would love in your next relationship?
On that note, thanks everyone for. Nah, look. Fucking hell. My list is long. No, it's not. Just be a fucking decent human being.
Oh, shush.
Second that.
You've met decent people.
Yeah, but they
Yeah.
show that they're decent, and then the reality of the fact is they're not actual decent
Are you a little
people.
bit hurt?
No.
You got a little bit loud.
Yeah, I'll just turn this volume down. No, look, I don't know. I often think to myself, like I've lived such a strange life.
Like strange with the traveling and
Like
moving
my
around.
upbringing,
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
I've had so many like completed lives in this one lifetime,
Yeah.
like different variations, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, to try to put like specific things around a specific person that I'm looking for
Mhm.
just doesn't do it any justice.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I'm open to meeting people. I'm open to anything, but I'm also like all too hard because
What if she turns around and says, I
in or-
don't like your hair. Can you cut it?
Nah, you can't cut it.
Not her. Just can you cut it in general? Like,
Nah.
I don't like guys with long hair.
Nah, see you later.
Why would she be there? Exactly. I
We
would say
should have
see you
pretended
later
to be on a
too.
date
Yeah,
and be like,
bye.
"Hi, Andrew. I like your photography. But can you cut your hair?"
They never talk like that.
Nah, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it's
Complex.
it's complex, and it's always going to be complex,
Mhm.
Yeah.
right? But like, I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Yeah.
So like, spread the love, you know, support people, do all the great things, acknowledge. Okay, actually, sorry. Yes, there is one categorical thing that needs to happen, and that person needs to be engaged and be open with like my personality. Like, you know, kind of don't try to change me. Let me be who I am, because everything that I've done in my life has gotten me to where I am today.
Yeah.
And that is actually one of the greatest things that I enjoy about meeting people. And the reason why I do this podcast is because I get to understand how people work and their life stories and all of that. Because how do you do that in today's world,
Yeah.
right? Anyway, but like, I appreciate like where people have come from and the decisions that they've made to
Absolutely.
get to where they
Yeah.
are today,
Mhm.
right? So it's like, don't judge me for that.
Yeah.
Don't judge me for the things that I've done wrong or the things that I've done right. Just accept me.
I think so many people just don't get it, hun. I
Yeah.
think that's
I
what it
just
comes down
wanna
to.
Say no success or failure is honestly ever permanent.
Yeah.
Neither of them. I'm full of quotes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one,
Yeah.
baby.
Let me just take a quick selfie. Yeah. Amazing.
Okay.
Thank you so
love
much.
Thank you so much for having
For
us.
coming.
Thank you.
See you guys all in the next one. Bye.